Hey guys, welcome back to the Banter Bets and BPL podcast. We're here to show our faces. There was some chatter this week about letting go, not being able to show up. We're down in the dumps, as you guys can see on the screen here. If you're watching on YouTube, we're all officially in the negatives. Like I said, we're talking about not coming back, but we're not quitters here, and it is still a competition. Despite us all being in the negative, we're seeing this out for the rest of the season. We're going to try and get back in the positive. At least one of us is going to finish this season in the positive. I'm very confident. And if nothing else, maybe this season will just show you how tough it is to bet on soccer and actually turn a profit. But let's get into introducing our crew this week. We got the usuals: Marco, fresh off another 0-0 for Chelsea. Sandy, fresh off another 0 for almost everything week. Keegan, another negative week. He's getting close to that negative 100 mark. And special guest this week, we've had some good soccer players on the pod in the past, but none have quite reached the levels of former Queen superstar.
Can I introduce this guest?
Patrick Van Bellingham. Pat, good to have you on, buddy. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, boys. Thought you're going a different direction with that one. You've had some good soccer players on, and now you have a shit one.
I wanted to introduce him.
I'm a hype man. I hype people up. Marco, how would you have introduced Pat?
Well, do you introduce him as the Queen superstar? I would have introduced him as my backup on the youth team, but tomato, I guess.
You guys did a good partnership.
Actually, yeah, we were a good partnership.
Yeah,
he did all the running.
Marco planted his ass in front of the net, and I got on the ball.
Yeah,
I created space for him.
All right.
Both of us could have done with a little bit better service from our left back, but
and our keeper, Jesus.
If you're relying on your left back for service, then there's your problem.
Yeah, if our keeper can make a save, we wouldn't have had to score as much.
I was too busy bailing us out in USA Cup finals when Pat rolled him up the middle.
Hey, I just wanted to give Lucas all the glory to score the winner. A teammate like that.
Great teammate. He's always been a glue guy, Pat.
Yeah.
All right. Enough reminiscing. We'll do that later off the podcast. But Pat, as we all know, there's a well-documented curse on this podcast. I'm starting to think it's all of us, and we just all lose money, and that's how it goes. But since Coach Cam made his dramatic departure in week 1, there has not been a guest finish a week in positive. Scotty came close for us last week, finishing with -7. He had some good bets. He had hit big on Leeds winning, Bamford scoring. A couple of his overs let him down. So we're kind of fishing from the same pond here, or the same lake of the woods. We got a Kenora guy again, Patrick. Pat, can you finally win a week for the guests, break the Coach Cam curse?
Likely not. I'm not going to lie, boys. I haven't watched a Premier League game in 5 years, so I'm coming at this one.
Just to confirm, Suarez and Sturridge don't play for Liverpool anymore.
Pretty blind here, but fantasy is all I'm relying on. So.
Well, you know what? We have been talking about possibly getting animals on the podcast to make picks that could do better than us. So we're halfway there with Pat, who hasn't watched in 5 years, as he said. So maybe we'll make the full transition next week.
He's got some refreshing eyes on the game this week. We're all jaded from our weeks of losing.
True. Just Pat's going to come in and like you said, where's Sturridge playing?
That's right. Sturridge, Suarez, baby. That pair.
Bale is back though, Pat. He was one of your boys back.
I know, dude. Captain Bale every week.
Kane. The Kane squad. That was his team name.
Yeah. Just Kane. Star player, Bale.
Did you actually see Daniel Sturridge in the headlines this week? I think Micah Richards was pumping him up a little bit.
Is he a free agent? Someone should sign him.
Yeah, I think he was saying like this guy's a rep for being a bad team player, but
what a joke.
It's overblown and someone should sign him up, basically, yeah.
I just want to see his little dance celebration with his arms again. That was really hard to pull off, but he did it very smoothly. All right. I think we're going to start with who are we starting with this week again? Marco?
I thought we were Patch, or was it me?
No, we're going you, Marco. You're our talisman. You're still negative 12.54. Not too far off of zeros. You're the closest guy to the green, buddy. You've been in the green all season until this week. Come on, man. You're a leadoff guy. Get us off to a good start. What you got?
Okay, so I heavily reevaluated my strategy. So let's see what happens. First things first, I'm coming straight for Keegs. I'm going the Friday night game, Crystal Palace versus, I think it's Wolves on
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah.
So I got Palace to win, both teams to score at 9.5, $5 pays $47.50.
That's a
Just-
wild bet. That's
Just
out there.
Marco, I thought you said you were getting more cautious this week.
You're reassessing your strategy to that?
First of all, I just want to point out Palace was the only correct prediction I had last week.
Yeah, but it wasn't even correct. That was a parlay that you lost.
Yeah, but I got the result right. I said they would win. If I bet them straight up like I was going to, I would have had a winner in the slate.
Okay. Well, we'll
This
chalk that
isn't
one up as
even
moral.
one anti-football team. This is two anti-football teams playing against each other, and you're
Hey,
betting both of them.
Which
to
is
score.
why it's not that unrealistic.
2 wrongs make a right.
Wolves haven't looked that good in the attack. Palace
All right.
played boring football, according to Keegan. Zaha's in red hot form on the counter right now. The counter is the best way to get after Wolves.
All right.
This is
Apparently it's
100%
opposite day. What are you putting
This
on this
is-
opposite day bet, Marco?
$5.
$5, $47.50. We're coming out swinging for the fences. We're not shy. We're not going for bunts.
Yeah.
No. And then-
$47.50. All right. What else you got?
On to Arsenal, Man United.
Ooh, another big one for Man U this week.
I'm going with the same bet. Arsenal, both teams to score at $5, pays out 30. So rationale behind this is Arsenal just aren't very good defensively, certainly much worse than Chelsea. And Man United probably should have scored a goal or two in that game. But I do think Arsenal will score and win. So that's the rationale behind it.
All right. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for laying that
Stars.
one out for us. Yeah.
5 wins 30. Hey, you hit both those bets. You're definitely having a positive week.
Okay, then in a parlay, I have Burnley Chelsea. I have under 2.5.
Great bet.
Burnley, it's well documented. They can't score. Sandy's words from last week. Burnley cannot score.
Respect the back line though.
Okay, Marco.
Who's back line?
Burnley. Gotta at least give him credit for being good defending. They can
Yeah,
keep-
I
they can
mean,
prevent
it's
teams from
just-
scoring.
Yeah, I don't think I ever said they weren't good defensively, just they're incredibly boring. But anyway, Chelsea hasn't scored in 2 games, should score tomorrow in Russia against whoever they're playing, but Chelsea's attack hasn't looked that great. So I like the under in that game. Then I also have the under Villa Southampton.
Okay. Villa Southampton.
This is
About
one of those
time.
games.
It's about time we
where,
start playing some unders, boys. We've been just an over podcast and we've been losing money.
This is just one of those games where, like, I don't know. I feel like both teams will have too much respect for the other team's attackers. And I don't,
Jay Adams. Yeah.
I'm not really convinced by any of the attackers on the field, to be honest.
What?
Jack
Well,
Grealish.
except for Grealish, but Grealish missed some horrible chances against Leeds last week.
Daniel
Goalie-
Ings?
Goalie may get saved.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one might kill me. Then I have the over in Wolves Palace.
Over in Wolves Palace. I like it, Marco. I got the same bet coming up later. I think you got a zag on this one, and that's a good number for an over.
Yeah, I really like the number. Like I just predicted Palace to win, but I do think Wolves score. Like they have been playing pretty boring this year, but they've still found the way to score almost every game. So that parlay is $5, pays 63.25. Big
Ooh, you're
as.
parlaying that.
Yeah, those 3 are in a
All
parlay.
3
Are you doing any individual?
boys.
No.
Okay, $5.
Are we ever gonna learn with these-
325.
Are we ever gonna learn?
The
learn
new
these
strat
parlays?
is I took out 2 games in my parlays.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna learn with these parlays, but
Then I have another
That goes.
parlay, 2 teams, Liam. I have Villa Southampton draw.
okay.
For reasons I just said, like, I don't know. I just like the number on a draw, and I'm not really convinced either one of these teams is that much better than the other one where I should be scared of not picking a draw.
Yeah.
And then the other game I have in this parlay is Fulham West Brom to draw.
Fulham West Brom to draw. 2
Fulham
worst
West
teams
Brom,
in the league.
like, that's just one of those games where like neither one's good enough to win. So like I'm
probably
thinking
just
it's
tie.
either gonna be like a 0-0 or like a 4-4 because neither of them can defend either. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the number on the draw there, so I'll parlay those two together. And that's also at $5.
Whew. $5 pays out 59.40. Marco, you better hit one of these parlays.
That's the plan. And then
Alright.
I'm gonna parlay my goal scorers like I did last week. I know I didn't win it, but like I wouldn't recommend doing this, but it was pretty fun to follow.
How many won? You get at least one of them?
I hit Zaha, and then
Yeah.
did Callum Wilson score? I can't remember.
No. I like these.
No.
I like these goal
Calvert-Lewin.
scorer parlays. I will say, like brother Keeg said last week, maybe hit these parlays, but also bet on individuals too, because like we're finding some pretty good numbers for goal scorers. So, and they are fun bets to follow. So if you're watching the games, I'd recommend betting on maybe individual ones as well.
Yeah.
Carry
I'm
on.
not-
10 to 5 goal score parlays.
not gonna
never
bet
gonna
on-
hit.
Yeah. Oh, I only have 4 this week. I'm not going to bet on individuals
yeah.
because I'm
That'll
on a
hit.
budget because I've been getting sewered lately. So
Yeah.
anyway, my 4 goal scorers, I have Dominic Calvert-Lewin, just because the number's pretty good on that. I think we said last week, every time the number's above 2, someone's going to bet on that on the pod.
The
Like
Maester.
I was looking at, yeah, you passed it, Liam, it's up. But I was looking at the
I don't know,
Southampton
man.
game, and Danny Ings is still like on a worse number than Calvert-Lewin, which doesn't make sense. I think Calvert-Lewin bounces back with a goal. And then I got Marcus Rashford.
Best player in the league. Good call.
Just
Loves a goal against Arsenal. Good call.
I heard someone say last week he loves a goal in the big game, so probably should have had one last week. Mendy made a nice save on him, so I'll go with him this week. Human Song again. The number on Human Song to score is crazy. Like the bookies must have not watched the Premier League the first 5 games.
You can't
And
score
then-
every week, Marco.
Who has?
You can't score every week.
Son?
You can get pretty close, but
Well, until he doesn't. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the last one in that parlay, Liam, is Jamie Vardy. That's another $5 parlay.
All right. You're picking some good players here.
I mean, you could bet any of those goal scorers individually or you want, or like parlay 2 or 3 of them, but I'm just going with the big one just because they're fun to follow. So then that bet's $5 too, Liam. So then I have $25 on the table right now. Then I have a make my money back parlay. So I'm
All
going to parlay Chelsea and Spurs to win at $25 to make 60.
Chelsea and Spurs to win, eh? Oh,
So pretty confident about that. So
This-
worst case scenario, I win that parlay, I still make $10. And then if I hit one of my bets plus this parlay, I'm in a good spot.
Don't be shocked when Brighton come out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, I mean, I was
Blow it.
expecting after listening to you and Sandy last week, I was expecting a big performance from Brighton against West Brom, and it never came. So I'll go with Spurs.
the
That was
25 pays
disappointing
60, 57.
Mhm.
I don't know,
That was a
Marco.
disappointing performance.
It would be poetic justice. All the talk you've been smack you've been talking about Burnley, and they came out and beat Chelsea. That'd be
It
just
would be poetic
fantastic.
justice, but it also
are
would be
due.
very hypocritical of me not to take Chelsea against Burnley after all the smack I've talked on Burnley.
They are due, like Sandy said.
And then that's the action for this week from me.
All right, Marco. So you got 25 on parlays, long shot, hoping to hit one of them, and then 25 on your lock. I like that strategy.
I have 15 on the 3 parlays. I have 5 on Arsenal and Palace, both to score, and then the money back parlay with Chelsea Spurs. Got to feel good about
Yes.
that.
Sorry. Yeah, I meant you got 5 big kind of a little bit longer shot bets, and then those ones. Yeah, I like that.
I just
Marco.
want to point out too that United, Arsenal, Spurs, Leicester, and Wolves all have European games still to play. So if something funny happens in those, I might like back out of one or like I don't know. We got to see.
Well, you're locked in now, buddy. Your word is locked in. It's going to be all over the internet after this when I post this up. So
Yeah. Well, I'm just letting the viewers know. Probably wait till after the European games before you go bet these, but you do you.
in case Chelsea comes back from Russia with coronavirus.
Yeah. So you never know. You never know.
They got a bunch of irresponsible players probably going out and partying after the game. So you do never know.
You never know. Ronaldo got coronavirus from the Champions League last week. So,
all right. All right. I guess I'll go now. I'm in second in terms of points lost. Only lost $19. I too am now dipped into the negatives. Don't love it. But we're for sure winning money this week, boys. I'm going to start with one of Marco's that I really liked. Honestly, boys, like I just found the over number that was the biggest, and I thought these games are impossible to predict. Let's go with an over number. So I'm going to go $5 on Wolves and Crystal Palace to go over. I feel like Wolves games and Crystal Palace games always go under. So I just think the value from the bookies is for this one to go over. You got to zag a little bit when the bookies go to kind of correct the over-unders after a few weeks straight of unders. So I'm going $5 on that, $12.50. I'm going to go into the Sheffield United Man City game. And I actually really liked how Sheffield played last week. In my 95-1 parlay, Sheffield and West Ham got off to 1-0 leads against Liverpool and Man City. I thought Sheffield's pretty organized at the back, don't look great going forward. I can see this game going under. Like I said, good number for an over-under. Never know what's going to happen in this game. Leaves the door open for a 2-0 Man City win. They haven't looked great in attack this season, Man City. Aguero's kind of been hurt. De Bruyne hasn't started. He's been hurt. They're kind of playing wingers up top, which isn't always great because they're not as good up top. So I'm going to go $5 on that for 13.75.
I agree with you, Liam, but you should look at this is like the same situation as my Spurs bet. You should look at City to win to 0. That's what I'm gonna bet.
Maybe, but
you don't trust them enough to keep a clean sheet.
Well, like I said, I thought I really liked betting on Sheffield and West Ham as my long shot parlay last week against Man City and Liverpool. And look at this perfect symmetry this week. They're each playing again against City and Liverpool.
Yeah, I saw it.
They're just switching.
Yeah.
So 76.5, Man City and Liverpool both had midweek Champions League games. We all know West Ham is capable of winning. Sheffield, I thought, played better last week. So it's 76.5. It's good enough for a 250 bet for me. Ooh, let's go 275 to get that over 200. 275 pays 210.37.
Up from the typical broke ass bet of $2.
Yeah.
To 275.
Yeah. Just love to see that getting over $200.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, for what it's worth, though, Liverpool was heavily rotated today.
That's true.
Oh yeah, they play like a B squad. They lost Fabinho though, eh?
Yeah, but I think Matip should be back.
Although
Matip and Gomez deadly.
We should note that
the
Michael Antonio limped off last week, which could be a death knell to West Ham season.
Yeah, I saw he's questionable.
What a great player he is. But he's a tough guy. I'm sure he'll be back, so that's why I'm rolling with that. Maybe they even start Ben Rama this week. Jared Bowen. They still got players to trouble Liverpool.
That guy have to have a broken leg not to play.
Yeah, exactly. He's not missing games just from flimsy injuries.
Muscle injuries. Those mythical injuries.
2.75 on that. I was looking long and hard at Burnley just because I love cheering against Chelsea, and Burnley's due and they're at home. And Chelsea's going to Russia tomorrow. And what if they do come back with COVID? And then I've already got this locked in as a bet. But I think I'm going to stay away from that. I really got to see something from Burnley. I think we're all off Burnley Island at this point. We just can't keep doing that. It's really unhealthy, as a matter of fact. But I am going to go Aston Villa, Southampton. Did you go draw, Marco? I think this is a draw.
Yeah, I did go draw.
Two very even teams. The number for a draw is really, really big in that one. So at 3.6, I'm liking that.
Ever since I said a few weeks ago that draws don't happen in the Prem, they've been just popping off.
Yeah, I feel like if you can get a draw at this number between two pretty even teams, you could do it. On that theme, look at this. Very similar number, 3.6. The only success I had last week was betting on 3 teams that I thought were even that could do draws. So I'm going to do that again this week with the 3 most even games, I think.
I disagree with you slightly on the Man United Arsenal one. I just think David Luiz is a significant downgrade from Thiago Silva. I think Mustafi is a significant downgrade from Zuma, etc.
Yeah,
Get
but
Mustafi.
Is Mustafi not been starting, or Gabriel, whoever it is,
Does he have
whoever's
a
starting
minute
center back?
this season?
Mustafi, yeah. Mustafi is long gone, but
The
so I'm
point
gonna
is,
do
Arsenal's
5.
defensive line is way worse, I think.
I'm gonna do 5 on each of these. Like I said, if I win 1, slightly positive. If I win 2, I'm laughing. Almost no chance you win 3 of these, so I'm not even gonna bother anything on the parlay. I'm gonna save my long shot parlay to cheer for Sheffield and West Ham. So $5 on each of those. Hopefully get 1. Hopefully get 2. If I can get at least 1, then I'm not losing money. Outside of that, I had a parlay written down that I was going to do just because I love losing money on a parlay. Yeah, no, Fulham West Brom. I was thinking of doing a draw, but I don't want to be betting 4 draws, and those teams are so bad. Really anything could happen.
Yeah,
no
like
strategy between those 2 managers. So
I was looking at the under and like stuff like that. Just nothing really stood out.
I was actually looking at this game, and I kind of like this market, the result in both teams to score. I was thinking West Brom and both teams to score, just because kind of anything can happen in this game. They're not that good defensively, either team. If West Brom wins, it'll probably be a score game. So I think I am going to go West Brom, and yes, both teams to score. A bit of a long shot, kind of like Marco had one of those bets at $5 on that one. Pays out 30, so West Brom and both teams to score. Let's get out of here. And what did we have? Yeah, Everton and Spurs. Everton in a bounce back week. Newcastle is kind of a boring team. They had a draw against Wolves. I don't feel like they'll be totally up for this game. And Everton, form team this season so far. They have Richarlison back, or is he 1 more game out?
He's done.
No, I think he's 2 more.
And they don't have. Watch out for this one, Liam. They don't have Digne either.
Or Coleman.
And they looked horrible last week. They're going to be. All right, I'll save this for my section, but.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you've convinced me, Sandy. Maybe I'm just going Tottenham. I don't want to lose money on the parlays. I'm just going Tottenham. $25 on Tottenham just to win. That wins me $15. Tottenham has looked unreal. Kane and Son are the best strike partnership since Patch Boys, Suarez and Sturridge. $25 pays back 40.38. Hopefully win a nice $15 there. Don't even have to sweat that one out. And then we're laughing with the rest of the house money. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this week, boys. We're gonna go to Pat now. Pod debut. Let's see what you got, buddy.
Here we go. Okay, so start off with a parlay. I got Palace to win.
Love it, Pat. I love it.
And I'm also going to throw Chelsea in there to win. And City. So 3-teamer.
3-teamer.
To start off.
Comes out swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
We're taking home run chops today.
How much you got on that 8.19 parlay?
Give me $5 on that.
3 away teams. There you go. $5 pays out $42.99.
Does being away really matter right now?
I think it does. Travel, you know.
Yeah, but like, they travel in luxury. It's not like they're all crammed in a bus like we were like on offside. You know what I mean? Like.
All right, now we'll go to the Tottenham game. I got Kane to score and Tottenham to win. $10 on that.
That's down at what is that?
Sucks you can't parlay those.
Anytime scorecast?
Yeah.
Is it correct score? Oh.
Wincast.
Oh, you can predict it. You can parlay it.
Is it Wincast you did, Pat? So this?
I just had Tottenham full-time result and Kane to score. It got me.
That one, 5.0? I don't know. Can you do, because that one says Kane to score first. I don't know if there's one.
No, just go to the goal scorer and the result.
You can't parlay it though.
Yeah, you can't parlay like the same game. You'd have to do Kane to score first and Tottenham full time.
Okay, give me score first. I don't want it.
You talked me into it. I actually want that one more. I like that better.
All right. How much on this one?
$5 on that one too.
5 pays 25. Love it.
It's not a bad bet. It's a toss up whether who's going to score, Kane or Son.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. Kane's my boy.
Yeah.
What else
Okay.
you got?
Grealish. I want Grealish to score. He's scoring this week 100%.
That's your
Nice
boy
bet,
2A.
Pat.
Yeah.
Nice
He's on, your,
bet.
he's on your fantasy team?
Oh yeah.
Respect.
He missed some bad ones last week, Pat. I don't know about this
Dude.
one.
Dude, he got robbed last week.
I watched the highlights, Marco. That's the only highlights I watched. Just that guy.
Just want to look at those calves.
He's got a camera just on him.
Dude, I did some. He's a partier too. This guy, eh?
Yeah.
Got a
what I
little
hear.
bit of a
A little bit of a bad
little
streak. in him.
wild side to him, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Put 5 on that.
You can throw him back.
5 pays 16. Grealish. We're loving Grealish on this podcast. Lots of Grealish.
He's
love.
got to score this week for me. Okay. Next one, I want to parlay Chelsea and City.
Just Chelsea and City, eh?
Yeah, throwing
Yeah, yeah.
$20 on that too,
You haven't been listening to the pod and just watching us lose money all year on these parlays, have
dude.
you?
I don't care, and wait for this last parlay to come in.
20 bucks pays 39. There you go.
Okay, and now I got a 5-teamer coming at you.
Okay, this one.
The parlay kid.
You smell that one too, Liam?
Yeah. This one's been brewing.
This one's
This one's not going to win, but whatever. Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. Give me it.
just a
Leicester,
chalk parlay.
Tottenham, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. Oh boy, yeah. Chalk. That's an NFL chalk parlay right there.
And put 5 on that one.
It could happen.
10.91.
I don't think
Pays out-
it's happened all year where like all the favorites have won. So maybe this is the week.
This
Yeah.
is it.
Maybe you
He's on
catch it this week.
61.15.
This is it. I feel
Catch the lightning
confident
in a
now.
bottle with the parlays this week.
All righty.
Okay, boys, that's it for me. I don't want to lose any more money for the guest.
Well,
It's only
hopefully
money.
that can
boys.
break the curse. Yeah, it's only BBB bucks.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's go. Geez, who's up next? I think it's Sandy, eh?
Let's
Brother Keeks
go.
still in last.
No.
No, it's Brother Keegs up next. Sandy's gonna bring up the rear. Yeah, Sandy's
Ah,
dangerously
yeah.
close to minus 100. Brother Keegs, let's go, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, I actually listening to all the bullshit Marco said last podcast. The one thing that he said that I actually heard and said that's a great idea is when Marco said that he just bets $25 and every payout's above $25, so he just has to hit one bet. And I'm like, that's honestly a great idea. So I stuck to that theme, but unfortunately I only have $15 in my account on the BBB. So
It doesn't have to be 25. You get the idea, though.
I know. So I'm gonna go 15. 2 of them are absolutely huge long shots that I just do it for the banter. First one is first one comes from Bill talking about how all the draws have been coming up. So we're gonna start things off with Wolves Crystal Palace to draw 0-0.
Ooh,
2 anti-football teams.
for the banter.
So we'll just throw that in there. And
I
we're going
see
to
it.
parlay it with Burnley and Chelsea to draw. 2 boring teams, so they'll draw. And
actually don't
Aston
hate
Villa and Southampton to draw. 2 exciting teams, so they'll draw.
All
Man
the
United and
draws.
Arsenal to draw. 2 good teams, so they'll draw. And then West Brom and Fulham to draw 1-1.
Oh my.
My God, please tell me this isn't a parlay.
Yeah, that's a 5-team parlay. Put $1 on that, pay out $3,000.
$1 on this.
Why not?
crazy
I actually
parlay
don't hate the strategy of just at
pays
least one of these guys hit.
$3,231.90.
Last week in the NFL on the 1:00 games, I think I bet 4 first touchdown scorers for a $5,000 payout.
Did it hit?
I was 1 for 5. Jared Cook, shout out to him. And then the next thing, I'm going to take Sandy's advice and go for 2 teams that I want to cheer for in a parlay. So we're going to put Everton. I've always kind of been a closet Everton fan since Baines has been on their team. So I guess this year I might be able to show my colors.
Is he gonna get a start this week? Is he on the active roster or what?
He's retired.
And then
missing
yeah,
both
he's-
fullbacks.
That was the last game
Oh,
I
is
watched.
he?
Baines was still in the league.
Baines probably scored a free kick last time. Pat watched the
Yeah.
game.
Baines was Pat's number one fantasy defender. 7 million in the bank
Yeah,
on the team.
good for
else,
6 free
Keeks?
kicks a year.
I mean, everything's telling me that Everton's probably not going to win. They lost 2-0 to Southampton, but every time I go with what I actually think is going to happen, it turns out terrible. So throw United in there, even though they're probably not going to win. And then we'll call that one bet, and you can put $4 on it.
All right, $4 pays out 15.65.
And then we're going to go Leicester to win. Just that by itself, kind of like the number.
Did you see how good Leeds looked though last week?
Against Villa, though, like
Yeah, a team who had won all 4 of their games.
Yeah, I just think it's 2 good teams going at it. So why not go for the team that I think is more consistent?
All right,
Leicester,
fair enough.
I mean,
How much?
Yeah.
sleep on Leicester, boys.
$6 on that.
$6 on Leicester pays 15.60.
Leicester could be back after the title this year. Can we bet on title winners right now? It's too late.
I mean, you could on your own time.
I was just wondering.
Next thing I'm gonna go. Part of the trends. The reason I'm so bad is that I'm a trend better, but I'm always behind the trend, so it's already gone. So it was like that with the overs, and then once I started betting the overs, it was all the unders. So now I'm gonna hop on the unders. So we're gonna do under Burnley Chelsea.
Under 2.5, Burnley, Chelsea. Nice.
I mean, I guess
Pretty
that's
good
the
number.
I'm actually betting, and then I'm parlaying that with Fulham West Brom to draw. So kind of doubling down on that one.
I think we all have a draw in that game, eh? Or did Liam take West Brom?
I took West Brom to win in a score fest.
Put 3 on that.
22, 72, 77. Oh, that's a stinky, raunchy parlay, Keegan. Lots got to go
What's
fight
wrong
there.
with it? What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's just like any draw with a parlay is kind of tough.
I mean, those are 2 bad teams, though. Like,
Just has to be one of my bets. Just has to hit.
Okay, fair enough.
Gotta
And
hit.
then-
Just gotta hit our threes, boys. Just gotta hit our threes.
Just got to hit our draws.
Just gotta hit our parlays. Go ahead, Keeks.
Going on to the one that I like a bit of fun is the goal scorers parlay. All these I think are good players still, so you can take them by themselves. I don't have the money in the BBB to do it, so
The good player parlay.
throw
Love
them
it.
all in a $1 parlay. So start things off Burnley Chelsea. Even though I hit the under, we're gonna put Chris Wood. He's just a goal scorer, and this is just something that I'm cheering for. I'd absolutely love it. Absolutely love it if Burnley beat Chelsea. And if someone's gonna score, it's gonna be Chris Wood. So that's
Yeah,
quite
it's going to
simple.
be a Chris Wood bullying Thiago Silva in the box, his frail old limbs and bones.
yeah, Thiago Silva looked very good in the air against Man United. I know you guys saw that.
Yeah,
Cross
because
from
Chris Wood.
Cross from Dwight. And then we're gonna throw in Antonio against Liverpool. Even though he's a little question, it's just as simple as voiding if he doesn't start.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Antonio loves scoring against these teams. These prim and proper defenders. Too bad Van Dijk isn't out there. He just goes at these guys.
Hey, what's the number on Snodgrass there?
6.
Ah,
Just disrespectful.
stay away.
Another free kick specialist from the old days. What else you got, Geeks?
Lacazette again.
Oh, I don't love Lacazette. Well,
He's
is
only
playing
not
Man U,
scored
so-
one time he's started this season, so he's still 1 for 4. So we'll take him again.
All right.
You gonna start though?
Well, it doesn't matter. You just void if he doesn't start,
Oh,
and then
okay. Sorry, yeah, sorry.
Hyungmin's son. The fact that he's not under 2 is flat out mean.
Yeah.
Same with Calvert Lewin.
That is really disrespectful.
I'm not touching Calvert-Lewin this week though. Just didn't see it. I think Calvert-Lewin's number is lower than Son, so
Yeah, it is.
And then we're gonna go Carlin Grant in the West Brom game at 3.2. I honestly think that's a no-brainer for anyone. If someone's scoring in that game, it's gonna be him. He's actually looked good. So
Did he?
No, man.
I feel like he's just ripe to be dropped any game.
I don't know.
Carry on. Is that it, Keegan? Five goal scorers?
We got one more. Jamie
That-
Vardy.
Oh.
Vardy party.
Wrong player. You got to go with the chosen one in that game.
I was looking at it, but I've been telling Cam that he's just a flash in the pan, so it kind of wouldn't make sense for me to bet on him.
Can't be
So
hit.
Sure,
Especially when you go to
Bamford.
throw actually I play Cam in fantasy this week, so I might make that bet on my own as a bit of a emotional hedge. But
Or
yeah,
versus
throw
him.
Vardy in that. And
Vardy.
then put a loony on this. But make sure all players are voided if they don't start.
$1 pays out $344.88.
And that's all she wrote for me.
That's your $15, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully you hit one of those and we don't have to have your dog come on to make your picks next week.
I hope.
And bringing up the rear in last place. Had a great performance in net for a 90-degree joinery last night, though. So we still love him. Sandy DH. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah. So one out of like 8 bets last week had a lot of action, but it was the last one. So confidence is up. Confidence is unwavering. Feeling great as always.
0 for
Never.
7, then he finishes 1 for 8, and he's walking out of there like a champ, head held high.
It's all about momentum. The momentum carries over week to week. So as long as you finish on a win, it's like, leaving the gym on a 3, right? It's like you gotta leave on a make.
Gotta clock out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta punch you.
So yeah. But I will say, unlike Marco, who just said he's changed his philosophy or some garbage and went and just had the most Marco bets of all time, I have looked
I
in the
did
mirror.
change my philosophy. All my parlays were smaller.
Okay.
I
Whatever.
didn't have a
Whatever you
parlay
say.
over 3 teams except the goal scorer one before it was.
I have actually taken a look in the mirror and changed my philosophy. So usually my betting philosophy, I think this is the kind of philosophy we live by here, is you bet the number, not the team. I'm betting the team, not the number. I'm not even looking at the numbers this week. I'm just going with my gut.
Should I like minimize the screen to just the teams, or
No, let me know what the numbers are. Like I'll spit it out and then
but you haven't looked yet?
yeah, we can laugh at how bad some of them might be.
All right.
So the
Fire
first
'em off.
one, Wolves Palace under. Easiest under of all time.
Wolves Palace under, eh? Yeah.
It's not a good number.
Not a great number, but we're not gonna look at it. I won't
Not a
even tell
good, not a
you
good
right
number,
now.
but
Just give me
we
all your
don't
bets,
care.
and then we'll look at the numbers after.
I've been talking myself out of too many bets because I don't like the number. I've been betting like plus 200s for everything, and look where it's gotten me. Fucking nowhere. All right, so I'm gonna go 10 for that one. And just for
Okay.
the record, I'm definitely going below my $100 limit here. If you don't like it, take up the host.
Well, you don't even have a dog, so who's gonna make your picks next week?
Oh, we had some dogs in the house.
Great.
Okay, next bet, Chef City. I think City comes out hot this week. They're looking for redemption. They're gonna piss pump Sheffield United. So I'm gonna take City to a 0.
City to win to 0.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty good number there
For 5.
for 5. Okay. Carry on.
Villa to win. No explanation needed.
I'd like one.
Villa's a title contender.
Like a better one.
Jack Grealish, best player in the league.
Still waiting for
Southampton
an
cannot be
explanation.
trusted.
Sandy, aren't you pro Southampton?
Yeah. Well, it's Grealish and Watkins versus Chase. So I got two on Villa, 1 guy in Southampton. So
Southampton beat Everton last week after I was the only one on the pod who picked them. All you guys went Everton.
well, we can talk about Everton. They looked horrible. They were a mess last week.
I tried telling you.
Yeah. Well, last weck the boys did not do research. I got skull fucked by Everton. 15 on Everton, 10 on Calvert-Lewin. Didn't know what I was doing. Not gonna make that mistake again.
Actually, I got screwed over by the research a little bit. You see that?
Yeah, the Rodriguez thing.
Yeah. Like what the?
But whatever.
like ruling him out 3 days early because of a calf bruise. Are you kidding me, Ancelotti?
That's the kind of guy that would miss a game for just a week.
Yeah,
Little hamstring
exactly.
injury.
I agree, but I was
Complete opposite of Antonio.
I was definitely annoyed to see him in the starting lineup. I'm not gonna
Whatever.
lie. I was
He
pissed when I
didn't-
saw that.
He didn't do anything anyways. He just,
Here's a question for you guys. How many Rodriguez's would it take to beat up one Antonio?
Try like 30.
they'd be
30.
hanging off him just like kids trying to beat their dad or something. It'd be like the Ezra household 15
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. All right. How much money on Villa?
5.
Okay. What else you got? Nice little bet book we got so far.
We got Newcastle winner draw because I have no faith in Everton. And the fact they're out Coleman and Dean, who they play right back. I watched a bit of that game. That right back,
And
like
Godfrey.
Goodman.
Was a center
man,
back, yeah.
That
Yeah,
guy
even national
could
center
not
back.
hack it. He was so out
I'm
of
curious to
place.
see they play it left.
So out
back.
of place. Now I got to find 2 spot fullbacks. They're going to be horrible. And they're
True.
Richard Leeson.
True.
I can honestly see a back 3.
I'm glad you guys talked me out of Everton. That would have been stupid.
Yeah, like I'm interested to see what they do this week because Godfrey, man, he just I don't know, man.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised. The back 3 with like Iwobi and Gordon at full, like wing back or something stupid. With the
Yeah, it
3
won't be
center
it won't
backs.
be pretty.
Hey, Pike still thinks they're legit, though.
That's
Yeah.
because Pike has Calvert-Lewin on his team.
Their depth has been a little exposed last week when they ever had a role. Like, we'll be in whatever.
If Pike got
Um,
Ross Barkley off waivers, he'd be supporting Sandy's Aston Villa's a title threat shout.
Hey,
Like
I'm just
the king
saying,
of
if
the
you can
Reese's
get some
battle.
action on anyone besides Liverpool City this year to win the title, I don't know if you can still bet on titles. I think this year is wide open.
I
do
agree.
too, but not for Aston Villa.
Yeah, that was kind of a joke.
How much you want on Newcastle or draw?
10. I feel really good about this one. I was kind of thinking like, are you gonna draw away? I'm just gonna settle for the winner draw.
They are
Who's on
also
there?
a bus parking team, so it's possible they just settle in for a nice draw.
Like I said, not looking at the numbers, just going
How you're
with what you
feeling?
got.
Okay, let's see if it works. What else you got? What's your gut telling you?
Okay, here's one I am looking at the number actually. West Ham to win. West Ham to win.
West
I
Ham
think
to win.
Liverpool. I've been pretty critical of West Ham, but Liverpool's looking pretty gettable right now, especially with Matip Gomez probably starting this weekend.
If
I don't
Matip's
know.
fit, if not, it's
happen.
Reece Williams, Gomez.
Antonio will have his way with those boys.
Yeah. Asterisk: if Antonio doesn't start, then don't take this bet. But if Antonio starts, if he's healthy, I'd throw a cheeky like 5. Throw a cheeky 3 on this one.
Cheeky 3. All right. Anything
And
else
West
in that?
Ham, I don't know. West Ham's just straight up look good. You
Yeah,
can't say
I
they got
agree.
some good games. Like they look good.
Also,
Liverpool look bad.
We're talking about anti-football teams. West Ham's a little bit anti-football, like low key.
Yeah, they're looking good. Burnley.
Like Antonio's up there by himself a lot. Like with that back 5, they don't get too forward or anything. Like
Yeah, but I mean, look at the teams they've played. They've had a tough game every week. Of course, they're going to be kind of relying on him to playing one up top. Not much around him, but whatever. Sandy,
know,
what else is
just-
that gut of yours telling you?
Where am I here? Burnley, Chelsea, under. Exact same logic as last week. Burnley not going to score. Tough to score on. Probably goes under 2.5. Chelsea probably wins like 2-0 or 1-0. Maybe like 1-1.
How much on that one?
5.
Okay. What else you got?
And then I got, like my last one is West Brom. I like West Brom this week.
You like West Brom? Yeah, I'm on West Brom with you. Anything can happen when it's a battle of the toilet bowl, as Dev called it.
And it's a championship game. I think West Brom's got Pereira, a little bit more of a game changer. I think their back line's actually like not horrible, maybe. I
you
don't
know what? Lookman and Loftus-Cheek have looked pretty good too. So like
I actually agree with that too, Marco. Yeah.
That's true. Fulham's looking a little better this week or lately.
But
I think
Ivanovic
West
emerged,
Brom-
played for
Yeah.
West Brom last week.
I'm
and
on
an injection
record.
of pace.
I'm on
Did you say
record. on this
Ivanovic?
pod.
Yeah,
That's right.
Ivanovic
The old
played
Chelsea
for West
player.
Brom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on record though on the pod this year saying Fulham's the worst Premier League team I've ever seen. So like I can't disagree with that.
They can look a lot better than they have and still be the worst team we've ever seen.
Last time Pat watched soccer, Ivanovic was the best defender in the league. Up for Chelsea.
Scoring headers every week.
How much on West Brom, Sandy?
5.
5
Actually,
on
no.
West Brom.
Yeah, 5. That's good.
Okay.
And my last bet, just to get a little income going, Spurs for 15. Like you said, this is a lock. Spurs look good. Numbers probably not great, but this is some income.
I think that's still a pretty good number for Spurs at home.
This will balance the books a little bit if things go south.
Yeah. All right. So this is what you got. You got under 2.5 in the Wolves Crystal Palace game to win $5 pretty much. Man City to win to 0, another $6 there that you're winning. Aston Villa to beat Southampton, $6 there. Newcastle or draw, $8 to winnable there. West Ham, you can win 22 there if they beat Liverpool. Burnley and Chelsea under to win 6. West Brom to win 9, and Spurs to wins 9. Those are some pretty good bets, Sandy. I wish you well.
Yeah, I'm kind of zigging this week because everyone's going for the home run ball. I'm playing some old school baseball. Just get them on, get a bunt in there, sack fly.
Yeah.
Get them on, get them over, and get them in.
Strategy that's about to lose the Rays the World Series.
Thought they were up.
Be embarrassing when you strike out on bunts.
Yeah, that's true. All right. We didn't get any emails this week, but as always, guys, keep sending them in to banterbetsandbpl@gmail.com. I did want to shout out a friend of the program, Aaron Johnston, who came through and he saw my Photoshop skills putting together the BBB logo, and he said, "That's garbage. I can do way better than that." So he shot me a Photoshop for free. So thanks, Aaron. And we can check out the new. Yeah, it's on our Instagram page. I still got to put it up on our Apple Podcast feed, but yeah, it looks a lot better than my cartoon.
Yeah, would you use Microsoft Paint?
I don't even remember what I used, but yeah, pretty much. It looked like a hand drawn.
Yeah, he just drew it by hand and took a picture.
Yeah, yeah. I got the crayons out. Stayed after school a little bit.
Got some stencils out.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out Aaron Johnston. Thanks a lot, buddy, for that.
Doing what our good friend Michael Nelson, the architect, couldn't do.
Yeah, exactly. Stepping up. I'd asked our buddy Mike to step it up, but obviously that guy's a coward, so he wasn't able to do that for us. Pat, thanks for coming on, buddy. You confident in those bets, Parlay Kid?
Just like McGruber says, we'll see what happens.
There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, Sandy, brother Keegs, Marco, I think his computer died, so he's out as well. Yeah, as we say, guys, don't bet anything more than you can afford to lose. As you can tell by all of us with losing records, you don't want to be betting big on our picks, but we'll come through. We'll come through just like Burnley and Sheffield. Eventually, we'll win a game, as will we. Thanks for listening this week, guys. Thanks to our regulars. Thanks to brother Pat. And that's a wrap. Stay safe out there. Bet even safer. Peace out.